What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on my channel. Before I get started, if you drop me a like, a comment and a subscribe, that would be fantastic. I wish I was bringing this video in more of a joyous occasion, beating Fulham, but no. Since the last video, which was just before the Leicester game, we have lost against Leicester and Fulham and conceded 5 goals. I've got to be honest with you, I've got to the point where I used to get so nervous watching Leeds in the morning, I couldn't sleep. I've given up. I care. I watch the games, but I have no, not hope. Hope's not the word. I have no expectation. I think expectation is the word. I have no expectations coming into the game. I kind of feel like we're going to lose every game at the moment, and I don't see a way around it. We're just not playing well. We leak goals. We're leaking so many goals, easy goals. You know, Christensen started to come into a bit of form, and now Ayling gets put into the squad. Like, I don't quite understand how you drop somebody who's playing well. I don't know who to fire all the blame at the moment. And this is the problem. I've got a lot of blame. I've got a lot of hurt feelings. I don't know who to direct it at, because can you blame the players? Is it the system? Is it MARSCH? Is it the board? And I think it's a combination of all of them. I think the main culprit is the board. I think most of my anger is towards the board, because it isn't just one transfer window where we haven't strengthened in specific areas that was needed. You know, it took us 9 transfer windows to get a midfielder in, to get Tyler Adams and Mark Rocker and Aronson in. It took 9 transfer windows to figure out that Forshaw wasn't good enough for the Premier League. And we're doing it again with the striker. Now, where the issue lies is Kinnear coming out and saying that we have 2 international strikers in our team. And while technically that's correct, they have both played internationally, I don't think, I haven't looked at the stats, Rodrigo's played much for Spain since he's joined Leeds, if at all. And Bamford had 45 minutes in which I think they said never bring him to the squad ever again. And he hasn't played for England since. He had one fantastic season, Bamford. I don't think he's capable of getting to those heights again. I have said this on this channel before. Not that I don't love Bamford, not that I don't rate Bamford. I just don't think he's going to score the goals. He's had 9 clear-cut chances missed now in 4 games. He gets more chances than any other strikers in the league, from what I can tell. And he misses a lot of them. Not that he doesn't work hard, but at the end of the day, we're not scoring goals anywhere else. We need someone to score goals. And we wouldn't even have Willie Gnonto if it wasn't for the fact that Rodrigo hurt himself and got injured. I'm disgusted with the board. They haven't spent a single dollar. And they haven't. And if you say they have, they haven't. They use the money from Rafinha and Phillips. You know, a lot of money given, but they had to. If they're going to lose those 2, they had to spend money. They had to spend that money on the squad. It reeks of Radrizzani just trying to get through until he sells the club to the 49ers, which is at the end of the season, from what I can sort of tell, or 2 seasons from now, I'm not too sure. At this rate, he'll be selling it at a cut price, because there is no way the 49ers didn't put a contingency plan in. They have an agreement in place, they'll buy the club. There is no way they didn't put a contingency to say, if Leeds United are not in the Premier League, we will not pay this price. Whatever it is, I'm not too sure. But say it's 200 million to finish buying the club. Honestly, if we're in the Championship, he'll be lucky to get 40 or 50 for the rest of the club. Honestly. It's poor salesman it's a poor sales aspect from Radrizzani. He's supposed to be a businessman, yet he's trying to do it on a shoestring budget. I'm worried that he doesn't have any money to spend. Our wages are $150 million a year. It's funny that the Premier League give you $150 million a year. I don't think he wants to put any more of his money in. I get it. I can't blame him for it. But you still have a football club to run. You still have an obligation to keep us in the Premier League. He said we would be nowhere near the relegation fight, and here we are in the relegation zone after 11 games. Let's not have a repeat of next year. We've had a great run of games, and we have nothing to show for it. The next run of games, barring Bournemouth, who I think will still beat us, where do we pick up another point until the transfer window? We can potentially be on 9 points in January, which means we need to go on a spectacular run, which means we need to buy a left back and a striker. The rumour is that Radrizzani has told Orta to go find a goal-scoring striker, someone who'll put the ball back in the net. Bit late again, These guys have tweeted a lot of stupid stuff. They've backed up the team, which is fine, but they've always come at the fans with shite tweets. Like when we said we need a midfielder, and he tweeted Forshaw. We say we need a striker. We have 2 international strikers. You can be an international and be shit. E.g. play for Montenegro. E.g. play for Australia. I'm from Australia, but generally most of that squad isn't going to play Premier League. You can be an international player and be crap. I'm sick of hearing we've got international. Just because one of them played half a game for England and one of them used to be a Spain international. Spain isn't the team it used to be, and he still can't get into it. So I'm sorry, it's just not a viable excuse. It's not a viable statement to make. I'm not asking for international players. I'm asking for good players. Look at Paulinho at Fulham, $2.5 million, and he just tore us apart today. We don't need to spend 30 or 40 million. We don't need to go and get these, Gakpo and De Ketelaere to make a statement to be good. Look at Ivan Toney. He didn't cost Brentford that much money. Look at how they do business. They don't spend heaps of money on players. They just find and recruit really well. And they have a team of people who identify players really well. We don't do that. We don't recruit very well at all. Our order is living off the fact that he found Rafinha for 17 million and sold him to Barcelona for 60. Given some of the players that we've signed this year, I really like. I like Sinistera, I like Adams, I like Aronson, I like Christensen. We're on the right path. I like these players. But we still have the old players who aren't good enough. We still have no left back. So that leads me to, is it Jesse Marsch's fault? Yes, it is as well. We play so narrow. He doesn't look like he has a clue what's going on. His substitutions are poor, and you're going to hear this from a lot of different people, but he came out and said that Willie Gnotto and Gelhardt, he said Gnotto wouldn't play. Then he had a meeting with Radrizzani and he changed his tune because Radrizzani pays his bills. And he said, oh yeah, he'll get plenty of game time, and then continued to not play him. He is an Italian international. By Kinnear's logic, he should be starting. He's had more caps recently than both of our strikers combined in the last 12 months. So why isn't he starting? Why isn't he getting game time? Why is Gelhardt? We didn't sign a striker because apparently we didn't want to ruin Gelhardt's progression into the senior squad and his progression as a player. And yet he played 25 minutes over 4 games and can barely get in the team. When both our strikers have been injured and barely firing. Rodrigo is a top goal scorer. I think he's got 4 or 5 goals now. But if I'm Gelhardt, why would I want to stay? If I'm Joffy, why would I want to stay? I wouldn't. I'd be going to a club that wants to start me and wants to play me. He needs football. He's 20 years old now. He needs football. And he's not getting it. He was fantastic for us last year when he came on. He made impact. I'm not saying he should be starting every game. I'm just saying he should be coming on. He should be playing football. That is on Jesse Marsch. That is on his crap substitutions again. We're relying on the old players. Click is the first go-to sub. I don't think Jesse Marsch is cut out for it. I don't think he's going to get sacked either. I started to get there's a bit of a feeling like he was going to go the last couple of games. Even when Bielsa wasn't performing, it never really felt like they were going to pull the trigger. I feel like they are. It's got that vibe to it. But I don't think they will. Number one, because I don't think there's a suitable replacement out there that they'll want. Sean Dyche. Look, one thing I'm about to say about Sean Dyche, because I saw Connor at one Leeds fan channel say Sean Dyche plays turgid football. Sorry if I'm shaking a lot. I've got I don't have anything to stand the phone on. Dyche plays turgid football and it's terrible. I think he had to play turgid football because of the budget that Burnley gave him and stuff. He had the players to play that sort of defensive style. I don't know if that's what he wanted to do necessarily, but I guess it's all speculation, and you don't really know until until he comes in and see how he wants to play. He might play a 4-4-2. He might chuck two big guys up front, but we don't even have that, so I don't even think that would work, if I'm honest with you. I don't even know what a manager would really even need. We can't get Gerrard because he's just taken a team below where we are, so technically he's worse than Marsch. Especially with the budget they've had and the players they've got, they should be a lot higher. So no, I don't want Steven Gerrard. Pochettino won't come to us. Why would he leave? To be fair, he wasn't even playing that bad football at PSG. He still won the league. Why would he come to Leeds United? He wouldn't. So who do we get? I don't think there's anyone for us to get that's worth it. But anyway, that's my opinion. This is my thoughts. Jesse Marsch, look, I don't think he's cut out for it. I like Jesse Marsch, but he's just not. He's not the guy. But the overall thing and the overall thought I keep replaying it in my head is the board needs to go. Radrizzani needs to sell the club and just needs to get out. Just needs to go. But he won't go to... This is a dilemma. He goes to the 49ers if they have an agreement in place and goes, I'll say to the club, 49ers go, yep, I'll buy it right now, but it's a cut price to what we agreed in a couple of years. But where Radrizzani is going to be caught out is, does he wait it out, not spend any cash and get the price he asked for in a couple of years? Does he sell now and get a better price? So get a worse price but still okay? Or does he wait it out, get relegated, and then what? The 49ers go, yeah, all right, here's 30 million. Give me the rest of the club. It's just not worth the same anymore. He's in a real tight space at the moment, Radrizzani, and he needs to figure out what he wants to do. If he plays it safe, he'll sell the club now. I think that's I don't, because the way we're going, we're going to get relegated. Because I don't know who we beat. That we will win another game of football. I don't know who it's against though. It could be against Man City. It could be against Nottingham. I don't know. Because I don't know what Leeds is going to turn up. You can't continuously play well against the top six because they let you attack more. Yeah, play well against the top six and get battered because they got Haaland up top. They got Salah on the wing. We're not going to pick up results against those teams. We need to play well against the other 14 teams. And we're not. Percentage-wise, it just doesn't make sense. So, like, we play against Arsenal, we play well, it's all positive, and then we get battered in 2 games. Harvey Barnes, again. How many times is Harvey Barnes going to score against us? But anyway, that's my rant. I'll leave it at that. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I'm trying to stay pretty neutral. I don't like to go one way or the other too much because it causes too much problems and people comment and get angry. Overall, I just think Marsch needs to go and the board needs to go. We aren't going to progress as a club. unfortunately, with them both in there. So let me know in the comment section below what you think. Let me know if you think Bamford's good enough. I think he's a good backup. I think you can keep him on the bench, but he's a confidence player. And he's got no confidence. And is he, people saying he's not fit. Well, is he ever going to be fit? Because he hasn't been fit since 2 seasons ago. So we're relying on one player to become good. It just doesn't seem viable to me in the world of football. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.